I'm going to teach you how to play Independence Day by Elliott Smith, and the first thing you're going to want to do is tune down your guitar to C, G, C, E, G, C. That's the same thing as D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, which is a pretty standard open tuning. That's open D, except it's tuned down from that a whole step. So since Elliott Smith played usually in standard tuning but down a whole step, if you started from there and then went to open D, you would end up with C, G, C, E, G, C. So just open D but down a whole step. You could just play it in standard tuning, but you wouldn't be able to play along and the vocal range would be different. Okay, so after you tuned your guitar, basically you're just gonna want to make sure you can do some pretty basic finger picking. The intro and outro of the song is just the top 4 strings of the guitar, the D, G, B, and E string. So you're going to want to make sure you can do this kind of pattern with your thumb. And make sure you can also do that with the alternating with your thumb on the E and D string as well. And once you get that, the beginning of the song, just using the top 4 strings, is, if I said the tabs, it would be 0, 10, 8, 10 on just the top 4 strings. It starts like this. And then slides to 0, 10, 10, 11. So and then all open except for the top E goes 12, 11, 12 on the B string, while at the same time barring the 10th string. So go down a whole step and bar the 8th fret. And you hammer off the 10th to the 8th fret on the E string, and then pinky on the 12th fret on the B string, and then open. And keep picking and step down to the 7th fret, and then skip the 6th down to the 5th fret. So 7th to 5th fret on the E string, and then on the B string 7th to 8th to open E. You'll have to just do each one of these spots, kind of practice it. And then back up to the 8th fret. And then open. So that whole thing is one more time. And then you do that riff again, but this time you include the bottom 3 strings. So all the same kind of melodic work, but the bass line now goes like this. Instead of It's the E and A string. So now you're going, oh, by the way, instead of going as the first melodic thing from the 12th to the 11th, it goes 12th to 10th. And you bar the whole string now. And you can kind of start incorporating a little bit of a strum to it. So the whole thing would be. Obviously, I'm way sloppier than Elliott Smith ever was, but you get the main idea. And once you get to that final strum, you hold that for a second, and then it goes. Which is just taking your middle and ring finger and putting it on the B string, the A string and the B string at the 5th fret. Which, by the way, if you're in like a open D tuning, or some other open tunings, that's a nice thing to remember because you can kind of move all around the neck. And it makes it sound nice. But in this one it goes 5th fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret, open. And then it goes to your standard, like, kind of E major shape if we were in standard tuning, except I think he has his pinky on the 2nd fret on the B string instead of, but I'm not quite certain. So it goes. And then you go down a half step and just do that same A and B thing we were talking about. And probably the bass you should hit is not the E string like I was doing, probably the A string. And it's that standard kind of folk picking of using your thumb to hit the bass and kind of strum with your fingers. Or you could use a pick. I think he always uses fingers though, but gives it kind of a softer sound. Then bar the 2nd fret, step up on the E string, step up to the 7th fret, bar the 8th, bar the 7th, and use your pinky on the B string on the 10th to like accent that. So let's do it up to that point. Walk up, whole step. Walk up, whole step. Half step down, accent. And then do that same E major thing, but go a whole step up. Slide back down to the regular E major thing. Half step down. Hammer off with your ring finger on that B string. Which you can hear him doing live. I'm not sure if it's on the recording, but I like it if you're just playing by yourself. And then goes back to the normal riff. So, I mean, I guess we could play it through to that point. And also, everyone picks a little bit differently. I tend to like do the instead of always alternating. If you want to do it exactly, you would probably alternate the whole time. But I just kind of play that way, so it's okay to change it a little bit. And then it goes into the next verse, and it's the same deal again. And then the bridge part is 5th fret, 8th fret, open strings, 10th fret, 5th fret, step up. It's kind of then incorporates a little of the main thing. So it would be like, so after you play the second verse, you go back to your riff. I'll play it the whole thing through. And then he does this thing, which is the same as our thing of pressing the A string and the B string, but instead it goes to the 11th fret and it goes. It just walks down half steps, 10, 11, 10, 9. And then it sings along, instead of doing a verse, it kind of sings along with the main riff. And you're just kind of repeating the same stuff. That's the only thing I think it kind of changes there. I'm not sure how he plays it live on that part, but it's ends up on the 5th string, and it's like I use my pinky on the 8th fret and go. It's like 8, 7. And then it goes back to the outro for just the top 4 strings. That's the whole song. Thanks for watching. Good luck.